Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of the Rico Nico podcast. We're back at the Nico headquarters with the sequel to the first Andrew Tate video we did because we have done an Andrew Tate video before.
Yeah, much as much changed.
Why did I want to bring up the topic of him again?
Yeah,
not because he got out of jail, not really because of that, but on the first video, I was just knocking him down a lot. Oh, he this, he that. Oh, the fresh and fit this, fresh and fit that. Because Rico loves a lot fresh and fit. Now, a few months have passed, and my stance has changed a little bit. Actually, believe it or not, I'm a little more on
since he was released
on the dark side. No, since a little before.
When he was watching his content, is that why?
I started watching other people's content, and they were mentioning him. And then he kind of, so I slowly started, I was like, wait a minute,
trying to be objective and say, I hear what they're saying. Let me see what he's actually.
I heard what my side of the coin was saying, and then I try to be a little objective. I'm like, I heard one thing, I don't remember what it is, and he was right. And then I started getting into this whole like, what he talks about. So yeah, I put it a little more.
All right, so what?
I have warmed up to Andrew Tate. I support him a little more.
He is multifaceted in regards to his message. So is there, all right, what about what you recently heard that you agree with?
The whole thing about men needing to step up, needing about masculinity being what do you call it?
Under attack?
Yeah, under attack.
Okay.
The whole thing about men should do this, about I don't know how to explain it, but I don't even know how to explain it. Like that's how much I switched from one side to the other.
Really? So initially
I don't really know, to be honest.
So I want to say, okay.
I do think he acts a lot in his videos. 100%. And I'm seeing him like kind of smile, like reacting to his videos. I'm like, yeah.
So my position on Andrew Tate has not really changed. Except other than since he's been released, he's a little bit more quirky. Definitely a little bit more religious leaning. Definitely. I'm glad he hasn't gotten political, but so I was like, okay, and he's definitely talking like the Matrix, which I understand is probably a function of being institutionalized for that amount of time, and it wears on your brain. But when I look at Andrew Tate, I haven't looked at him as far as the big money talk. He's in a different bracket. All right, cool. His success has enabled him to have certain accesses, but his success does not validate his character. That's you having a good character is a good character regardless if you're rich or poor. So I look at that. I look at how young he is and what he's accomplished, and I look at his willingness to fight things head on. I definitely respect what he says about men, about what men need to do. He doesn't shirk away from saying that men should do these things, which a lot of times is very beneficial to women that he's talking about. But he adds a coupling component to it, saying, men, you should do this for the women that deserve it. It's not one of those men just do this for any woman, because then you'll end up getting very toxic dynamics. And there's a lot, I hate to say this in regards, I don't hate to say it, I don't know why that phrase. A lot of people off their own merit believe they deserve everything, but they know they don't. They believe they do, but they know they don't. A lot of individuals, we look at it like a credit score. I want what I want, but my credit score wouldn't allow me to get
absolutely. We all want a Lamborghini.
Okay, right.
Or whatever.
But you know what? The thing about it is about qualifications. And Andrew Tate just basically says, men, raise your credit score so that you can get access to things. But as you get a higher credit score, don't deal with individuals from a lower credit score, because you're undercarding yourself. You're selling yourself short, man or woman. And because we have a female and male dynamic in regards to heterosexual dating, it's basically saying don't allow women who are not in your credit bracket to make you think that you have to earn them at their level. if you make $1 million, if you're a millionaire, you can't let a hundredaire tell you that you have to earn their attention. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. So I like what Andrew Tate says about what men need to be in masculinity and all that. The whole sensationalism about, to be this and da da, and he does have some hard misogynistic rhetoric, but he says more about men needing to be a certain way and how to follow through, especially when you couple a lot of him with a lot of quotes from Jordan Peterson. You hear a whole mantra that men should follow, but that's why a lot of people don't want you to follow, a lot of strong male speakers, because what will happen is if you have strong men, that's a strong defense. Just like he says, Andrew Tate, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, Jordan Peterson. This one guy who's a fitness guy from the military.
How to Beef? Oh no.
I can't think of his name right now, but I was just watching it recently. But a lot of
Jay Waller is another one. Besides Myron and whatever he did.
Yeah, but guess what? If you have a collection of high value men who are accomplished, men who are strong, saying, "Men, be this way," it has its benefits. We can show you, and more men start to see the benefits. You start to have those results. What happens is it's going to disqualify a lot of other people, and all those people who are getting disqualified, it's easier to try to sell. Don't be that way. It's terrible to be that way, because when you raise your value, you can make demands. I'm looking at it like this: if men were not so led by our biology, and men basically overall raised our value, men as a gender of a species could make demands. We only are going to deal with this caliber of woman. A lot of women would be qualified, but a lot of women would not be. They have to raise their standards.
What I like about Andrew Tate is that, comparing him to all the other masculinity speakers, I guess you want to call it, like Fresh and Fit and all these people, is that he's not, him and Tristan, they're not about, try to get as many girls as you can. Like, if you really pay attention, it's not about that F-boy mentality. It's about be the best version you can be with no excuses. You can do it. So I like that. I like that. Exactly. And actually, comparing him to other guys, like, for example, like, I think Andrew Tate and Tristan, they're way less controversial than freaking Fresh and Fit. And even though I agree with them a lot, but with Fresh and Fit, way more than I did before. It's just that I think that Fresh and Fit, they go too aggressive on women. It seems like a hate kind of thing. Andrew Tate, he's more like, hey, it's not all about getting girls and this and that. You're wasting your life. Like, it's all about money. Try to get money.
Be your best.
Go work out.
Be your best and make other people qualify for you. Don't try to accommodate other individuals.
He's basically saying, you're not a girl, but you're a man, so you're also the prize, kind of thing. It's what I get from him.
Realistically, however people want to feel about this, the person who has raised their value is the prize. If you have the capability,
but a lot of girls, they just say, "Oh, I'm a 10. Look at me."
That's true, because they're the ones who are courted. But ultimately, the person who can facilitate an entire lifestyle is the prize. Look, women can earn what men earn. They can do all those. Women can do everything a man does, but most women don't do what a man does. Women do not facilitate lifestyles for men. Women are not providing and protecting for men. There are not many women who are saying that I'm looking for a husband who I'm going to care for and have children for, and I will take care of them. They're not. No. The biologically, we're not built like that. But there are still plenty of men, based on our design, that are basically saying like this: I have to make my best for my wife and my family. Or how you do your matching pairs. But the thing about it, I look at it, we want to talk about Fresh and Fit, or they have to sensationalize it, because a lot of people on the internet they're emotionally driven, men and women. That's the ratings, and that's why they got to talk a little tough. I do like about agitating whatever, because they talk more about the men message, and they don't talk about trying to indulge into the whore culture. Fresh and Fit, a little bit more, they go with the type of women they have around them, to kind of see the vitriolic aspect of how beautiful women behave in Miami. So the average woman can see what the most attractive of women act like, because they're at a certain level and have a certain level of access. Women and men have to admit, beautiful women have a lot easier access. They have pretty privilege over than the average woman. But most women know that because they have access to sex, they have that leverage. But imagine if men didn't allow women to have that type of leverage with sex, and they were basically like, look, now you have to be as valuable as me. You have to bring this to the table.
You can't just be hot.
You just can't be hot, or it can't just be about sex. Now, as our times become more androgynous and the male and female definition are becoming more watered down, women might find themselves in a position where men start thinking very differently, to where sex is not the priority, children is not the priority. It's you have to be a good partner for me, which will put women into a dynamic to where it's like,
you gotta step up.
You have to provide me this. If you don't, I don't need you. But I'm hot. I don't care about how you look. I'm in a cosplay, so I'd rather you have blue skin and long elven ears. It could be like that, bro. It could literally get to that point. And with men becoming more detached from reality into the digital world, Tristan and all these guys are trying to pull men out of that false reality, because people are creating false realities for themselves. Yeah. To get into that place.
Well, I saw this video about Tristan, I think a couple weeks ago. And
that's his brother.
Yeah, Tristan Tate. So he was doing a podcast where he was talking live to his like viewers, not like a FaceTime thing, but they were like commenting on the chat and paid like $5 to ask a question.
Right.
And he got so upset about this guy asking him about his ex or something, or a girl, or like how to get girls, because like he wanted to step his game up. And he got so heated. He was like, yo, this every single question is about how to get girls. Like, why are you guys thinking about this BS? Like, you're 19, you're 20, you're like, why are you putting them on a pedestal? Like, why?
Because the thing about it, when you're young and when men from 19 to like 25, 26, maybe 27, that's when you're in your most virile years. You know, men can always, but that's when you're kind of at your peak. So that's why for men to be stoic and delay that, to raise your value, it's very difficult, because you're going against your nature. Women are
and your whole circle.
Yeah, and women are still available, because that's most people deal with people at their level. That's just what it is.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
But they're saying is build your value so you can have the multitude of options that are wrong. Be stoic. Women are starting to do that too. Women are starting to be stoic. But our biology is still our biology. Just what it is. But like I said, men become stoic and they raise their value. They're beneficial to more people. Women become stoic. When they become beneficial, they don't become a lot of times beneficial to themselves and their children. Maybe to a partner, but like I said, women who do what men do aren't doing it for men. Men who do what men do it for men, women, children, and society as a whole. It's just how we're built. But like I said, I don't know too much about Tristan.
Do you think that's how we're built, or the way it should be, or
how we're built?
You mean like biologically? That's just
and how we've been conditioned over time. I'm not saying that.
I think it's more about how we're being conditioned.
Yeah, I'm not saying that women can't do it. It's just that there's no incentive for women to do it. Women are not going to get points
because they get put on a pedestal the whole goddamn.
Yeah, because that's how we've been. But women are.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't even blame them. It's like they say they're a 10, and now they are a 10 just cause and guys put them on the pedestal all the time.
But it's the benefits that come with it. If the paradigm changes and men on the whole are basically saying like, look, your looks don't, like, say we're out in the wilderness, right? Your looks don't matter to me. Your skill set, can you cook? Can you clean? Can you catch fish? Can you clean the fish? Can you know knots? Are you practical? Practical skills. If we get back to technology has gotten us away from practical skills. The luxury of technology has allowed us to be able to focus on looks. Everything can be dressed up. But if we live in a practical world where you have to be able to do stuff, like agriculturally, yes, beautiful women will still be beautiful women. Yes, naturally. But a lot more men will look for practical. Look, on a team, you cling close to the people who can do practical stuff. Hey, I don't care about anybody on my team who talks good. If you can't talk us into a deal that's going to benefit us, if all you can do is talk, I need people who can practically do things. And that's what a practical man and woman that has value, with practical value of doing things, accomplishing things, they're always going to win. And you meet people at your same practical level. That's what it is.
Exactly. Yes. Let us know down below what your favorite Andrew Tate line is.
Right.
and like this video, subscribe to our Rico Nico channel. We're growing. We got 22 subscribers now, so thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for watching all the way till the end, and you guys take it easy.
peace.